Okay, I think this is bodybuilder in Thailand. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it's not bodybuilding knowledge, bro. But I just finished my workout for the day. If you guys aren't on my Instagram, get on my Instagram, bodybuilder in Thailand, because there's a lot of content on there. Hi, Louis. There's a lot of content on the Instagram too. If you guys like funny content, there's a lot of entertainment that I post on Instagram. So I just finished. I'm on. This sounds funny, but hi Zhao Chen. This sounds funny, but I'm on SARMs right now. So I'm on S23, and I'm on LGD 4033. So 30 milligrams per day of S23 and 20 milligrams per day of LGD 4033. And then I'm taking no testosterone. And I'm also taking 30 milligrams per day of Turinabol and 30 milligrams per day of Winstrol. But I'm taking no testosterone, so, but it's just starting to show. I've been taking it for about 10 days. Just starting to show down. But I will be starting taking testosterone again soon. I just take things in and out just for the heck of it sometimes, just because I'm an experimenter. As you guys have got to know me, I'm a traveling man. I'm an experimenting man. I'm a daring man. And that's why I'm on this bike, doing it like Lance Armstrong. Performance enhanced Lance Armstrong on his bike. Awesome. The best biker ever, Lance Armstrong. The guy who came back from cancer and beat everyone. And he wasn't a cheater. That's all a fabrication. It's all a fabrication. Lance Armstrong did not cheat. Everyone else in that competition had access to doping things too. And this is the same thing in pro sports. It's the same thing in pro athletes, and it's the same way in business. It's the same way in war. It's take no prisoners. Take no prisoners, baby. San Francisco. Living in San Francisco right now for about 2 more months, and then we're looking at being in Eastern Europe for, you know, at least a year after that. Everything's going good right now. Everything is going smooth. Just doing consistent routine and work towards that goal right now. Work towards that goal of getting over there to my next location, where I will be bringing you guys awesome videos of my travels once again. Because if you guys haven't looked through my videos, I've been swimming about an hour a day for 5 or 6 times a week. That's really good. That's better than me, because I do the bike. I do the bike for an hour, about the same as you, John, 4 or 5 times a week. But you know, swimming is a way harder workout than being on the bike. So I also take my dogs for, I take my dog for a walk for about 45 minutes, at least once a day. And then I do the cardio session in addition to that. And then I do weightlifting about 4 or 5 times a week, more like 5 times a week. Yeah, definitely 5 times. That's my activity. Drive my car. Let me look through some of this. Yeah, but so the book is going really well. Tons of people. I'm gonna have to like compile a video of a bunch of the feedback from the video, because tons of people have given feedback after they've after they've read it and sent messages, like saying what they thought. And so I've been posting those on Instagram, but I need to make like a compilation of those messages and put them on YouTube so that you guys can see them too, because they're cool. It makes me feel good when people really get something out of it and feel like it had a lot of value, because I worked really hard on that and I really had you guys in mind while I was working on it. While I was sitting there on my computer typing it, I was thinking about you guys, and I wanted to make sure that I was going to be able to help you guys have things go better, for you. Like have someone who actually cares, like telling you how things are, and not trying to sugarcoat anything. So those messages, I like receiving them, and I'm going to share them with you guys. I'm going to have to make a compilation video. Do I still use Kratom? No. I talked about that in a different live video about how I used it for a little bit when I came back from Colombia, because in the hospital I was on intravenous morphine for 2 weeks straight, every 3 hours, and then I had synthetic opiate pills that I had to take from the doctor when I got back. So then I had some like brain zap feelings when I was stopped taking those, and so I think it was withdrawal feelings, and so I got some Kratom and used that, and that made that go away, and I used the Kratom for 2 weeks. But that was the last time I used Kratom, except for once or twice here or there. I do calls. I do Skype calls. I do 1 hour Skype calls for $59.99. That's on my website. That's talked about under the coaching section of my website, or on Instagram. It also says that, but I changed Instagram recently. I'm not sure if that's there anymore because I changed it to advertise the book instead. But yeah, I actually do a lot of those Skype calls with guys. Some pretty close friends from those from some of those Skype calls. Because if you guys are cool and we get along, a lot of you guys are. Because a lot of you guys, I'm pretty opinionated, so I think pretty much everybody that watches this channel would pretty much get along with me, or else they're like long gone. they're like hate this guy. That's what I would imagine. No, I wouldn't talk about someone else's, like, what do you mean? Like, if somebody disclosed someone if I knew personally was on gear? No, I wouldn't. Like, do you mean, like, trying to get someone in trouble or something like that? Of course not. Man, I don't like not using testosterone though. Every time I do an experiment where I don't use any testosterone, I don't like that feeling. So I'm gonna end this experiment in a few days and start using some of that again, because I don't like that. It makes so many other hormones. Having that in your body, it has so many metabolites. Now I'm on a bike. But it has so many metabolites. It's not just testosterone. When you put testosterone in you, a bunch of different metabolites, which are like downstream chemicals that are made from testosterone as it's broken down, are also made, and they all make you feel good. So when you don't have testosterone in you, it just doesn't feel good. little more anxiety. Um, John Kevin says, if you're on TRT, do you have to stay on it? Your body stop producing tests by itself. Yeah, you stop producing your own testosterone if you're on TRT. If you are producing any, then it stops. You can start producing your own testosterone again if you take HCG at the same time. So some doctors prescribe, well, most doctors, especially if you ask them, will prescribe HCG with the testosterone, with the TRT, and that will keep you producing your own natural testosterone, or else it stops. I'm trying to eat after this workout because I haven't been eating much, because like I said before, I'm not trying to be so huge. So I've been at 220, 215 and legit 5'9". So since everybody lies about their height, that's what people think is 5'11" or 6 feet. Because I'm exactly 5'9" or 5'9.25". So, and I'm between 215 and 220 pounds. So in those most muscular pictures that I've had, I was 237 pounds. Those like really ripped up, lean, most muscular pictures that you've seen of me, those are at 237 pounds. And I want to just be at about 200 pounds now, because you know, it's quite a strain on your system being my height and more than 200 pounds. It's for someone who's 5'9", that's 220 pounds would be absurdly obese if it wasn't muscle. So I don't like that. I don't like the way it feels, and I don't like it the way it makes me feel more one-dimensional. I don't want to be, I want to be all go and show. So it makes me not have as much air, not have as much oxygen when I am too heavy. And I want to be doing this for a long time. And somebody asked just now, best diets for athletics. That's always going to be diets that have starch, carbohydrates, for like a big part of the calories, the majority of the calories, because that's what your muscles use as fuel. And like, man, if you go on a ketogenic diet, you will be so weak, like your weightlifting. Like, yeah, your cardio will be great on a ketogenic diet, your cardio will, but your actual like muscular strength goes to the shit. I just eat when I'm hungry. John Kevin asks, how long do you wait between meals? Man, I don't want to worry about any of that stuff, because this is a lifestyle for me. So what I do is I just eat foods that grow in the ground, or I eat animals, or I eat things that come from animals. And then I just like eat when I'm hungry. And then I don't eat like sugar, but like maybe like once or twice a week I'll have something for social reasons, like sugar. But other than that, because I'm just trying to, like, since I'm using performance enhancing drugs, I'm trying to put premium fuel in my fuel tank. You know, I'm not trying to run unleaded gasoline in this tank, because that's gonna clog me, because I supercharged my engine on PEDs. Okay, so I don't think that's good for my body to be eating shit anymore. So I just eat, you know, I eat animals, I eat things that come from animals, and I eat things that grow out of the ground. And then occasionally, once or twice a week, I'll eat some sugar or something for social reasons. And then I eat when I'm hungry. That's what's up, baby. That's the way to live the life. And then take steroids on top of that, because then it's fucking awesome, and it makes everything freaking sweet. Freaking sweet. It's so freaking lame that that's like such a people feel like ashamed or like bad to say something like that. I take those things. I take those male hormones because I like them. They make my life better. They make me smarter. They make me more powerful. No, I didn't smoke a joint. I did do a very hard weightlifting workout. And now I am on the bike. Do I look like Santa Claus or do I look like Jesus? Because when I wore that wig, when I was dancing, because I'm sure you guys seen me dancing a little bit lately. So when I've been doing that, Hercules, huh? Baby Maharaja. You know, when I wear the wig, someone said I looked like Jesus, son of Zeus, brother of Hercules. Ah, yes. Oh, okay, Hercules. Yeah. With the hair. Yeah, I need. You know what? Have you guys seen that picture? I don't know if any of you guys are on Instagram, but have you guys seen that picture? I made a Viking helmet when I found out my DNA and I found out that I was a Viking. I made a Viking helmet and I put it on my head. And then I made that picture and I'm doing like the most muscular and I've got a Viking helmet on my head. It's pretty freaking sweet. Pretty freaking sweet. It's fun finding out my DNA. I spit into a tube and mailed it to them. You know, when I spit into the tube and mailed it to them, I couldn't help but think of like sperm donations. You know what? Some girls in college told me that I should be a sperm donor. I'm not kidding. They're like, you should be a sperm donor. Jesus. Talk about a way to stroke your ego. I'll donate you some. I have Viking blood. Novgorod, huh? That's why I grew this amazing beard. It's Viking blood. It's related to my Viking blood from Novgorod. Oh my god. What were we joking about girls just now, a second ago? That was funny. I'm like still cracking up about that, but I forgot what it was. Why did I leave the LDS church? Because it isn't true. If you research the founding, like the founding of it, and you just like look at the history of like Joseph Smith and like Brigham Young, and like how Joseph Smith died, and like the things that Joseph Smith wrote, and like when they were like disproved later, it's like it's just not true. And that church it's not even that old. Like it was only started in like 200 years ago. Yeah, actually, yeah. I like, he said, I like FHE, Family Home Evening. Yeah, actually, the Mormon Church has a lot of really good things about it. And it teaches like really strong family values. And it teaches kids, it teaches people to be really good people. The problem, like, it's a good cultural religion. It's a good religion to be a part of. But there's a lot of guilt, though, in the Mormon religion, because there's a lot of like members that, you know how there's like the Pharisees in the Bible that that they're always trying to like live the letter of the law and like trying to like, they'll like kill you if you work on Sunday or something, and they're like exactly how it's written on the plates, right? Like not the spirit of the law, trying to be like a good person. Some of the Mormons they get into that. They like Pharisees. They're like Pharisees, and they they condemn and judge the other Mormons, and there's a lot of, they teach it like in the church and everything, like there's some Pharisees, and it makes everybody, it's a lot of guilt. A lot of people have guilt problems, but yes, I think the Mormon Church, I am thankful that, you know, even though it caused me some suffering, because I went on a Mormon mission and everything, I was a missionary, and so even though it caused me some suffering, because I had a lot of, I discussed it before, that I discussed the story of how that, you have to go back to the video if you want to learn more about that. Go to the video that it's with me and Elon, Awaken Aesthetic, and we talk. It says my experience being a Mormon and him being a Jew. It's that video. So I'm thankful though for the teachings that I got. I'm thankful for the upbringing that I got. I'm thankful for the conservative values that helped instill in me, and for the importance on family life that helped instill in me. So it had a lot of benefits, and I would definitely, you know what, something that I've seen, and this is so true, and you see it when you travel. The religion is what binds the culture and the people together. The religion is so essential to peace and harmony among the people in every freaking country, man. Like Buddhism in Thailand, and them all being Buddhists and worshiping Buddha. And then the Catholic Church in the Philippines, they all are really, even though they don't really go to church, they're like diehard Catholics in the Philippines. They're like always talking about God and Jesus, and you know, like the Hindus in India, and then you have there's more Christians, like Orthodox Christians in Europe, and there's, you know, Islam, Muslims in the Middle East, and all of those cultures, like their religion in each one of those. You notice that there's a common theme in every single one of those countries and each single one of those cultures, is that the family is like the number one thing that is like important to them in their lives. Like that is it. It's like their family is the entire thing that entire culture revolves around. And those are all the most religious cultures in the world. And they have the best families. That's what's the most important in life. So religion is good. Don't get too into it. I don't believe in it. Don't get too into it, but I will still attend church. I will still attend church. I don't attend the Mormon church, but you know what? I want to take my kids to church when I have kids. I want to take them to church. Absolutely. Nuclear families, yeah. Man, for you guys that have traveled to third world countries, because that's everything in third world countries, it's crazy even just seeing like the advertisements and what kind of like commercials that they run on TV and everything. In Western countries, like all the advertisements are like sex marketing, where like they're like basically like showing you porn and like flashing all these like images at you of like girls like looking like and like shit. It's fucking so disturbing, dude. And like a lot of like sex shit, a lot of sexual shit if you look at like the TV. But in third world countries, it's not like that, and it like is shocking. It's actually shocking because you're like, whoa, like the girls on the billboards are like smiling and like looking cute. They're not looking like they like want to like have something in their mouth, because that's the way that they look. A lot of billboards and shit like that in America. That's the kind of like sex marketing that is like to get your attention. It's like it's like the quickest, easiest way to get your attention, and it's pretty like when you go to third world countries and you see that they don't have that, and instead like it's like cute girls like smiling actually smiling, not looking at you like doing that kind of like porn face or whatever. Like they'll actually be smiling in the advertisements or on the billboards, smiling like a happy person. Or like it will be like commercials on TV about families and like how the product is going to make the kid and the mom and the dads together all have like a happy, amazing day at dinner together at the table or something like that. That's the kind of shit that's on TV, because that's the kind of thing that sells to those people, because that's what they care about. Those people that are religious like that. So I can see this when I go to those different countries. I see it with my own eyes, and I know it's true because I see it. So that is how I learned the importance of religion and why religion is a great thing for humans to be involved with. If you'd like, my book is available on my website, the bodybuilderinthailand.com. It's my book is called Ultimate Guide to Roids. It's a 109-page ebook that I wrote for you guys to teach you. It's like reading. It's almost like reading a novel. It's nonfiction. It's very true, but the way that it reads it's fun to read. It's not like clinical. So even if you don't have interest in ever using them or anything like that, if you pick that up, you'll still like have an interesting read. And like when you finish, you'll be able to like speak about the subject. You won't just have read something and like you're like, okay, I read that. It's like you will know about this subject, performance enhancing drugs, and you will be able to speak about performance enhancing drugs to other people and be intelligent and informed about them. So it's such an awesome book. So that's available on bodybuilderinthailand.com. Ultimate Guide to Roids. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna pack it in right now. I've been on here for 30 minutes and I gotta go eat. I did my weightlifting today. I ate my sweet tarts right before I came in. So I've always found that that's very good. Eating sugar, and Aaron Reed taught me that eating sugar right after the workout too, like makes all your bodybuilding go like perfect. I don't actually eat sugar, but I do eat some kind of like white rice or something immediately after, or like today. Occasionally I'll have like a gummy bears or a sweet tarts, because those are dextrose.